Hi. Hi friends. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not. So happy you're here regardless. Today is Monday, January 29th, and I'm going to be doing my next monthly setup for February. This is going to be the third bullet journal setup in the past month. So lots of planning content for me. Woo! If you're here to plan or just hang out, then grab a seat, grab a drink, grab a snack. If you want to plan with me, grab your journal or whatever else it is that you use to plan, and let's get into it.
So since I typically don't do formal cover pages at the moment, we're starting off with my February monthly preview as my cover page for the month. Whenever I think of February, I automatically think of Valentine's Day. So lots of pink, flowers, roses, almost like this cottagecore briar rose kind of vibe. So this month's color scheme, we're going pink and green. I feel like this color combination is actually so underrated because I never see it anywhere other than like if you have a garden and you grow pink flowers a lot. Like, it's so pretty and I always get so happy whenever I remember it. I actually think in my very first bullet journal in 2019, I did like a green and pink color scheme for February. So I'm excited to recreate it in this more minimalistic style that I've developed here. You may have noticed as I was opening up to the spread that I had a header on the left page. It's my monthly reflection page, which I have lovingly called since started bullet journaling my month in a nutshell page. I typically fill that one in towards the last day of the month, kind of like in the transition period between one month and the next one, so that'll be filled in pretty soon. On my February preview page, you'll see that I have sections for the month's goals, events, and the following month's events. As you can see here, I'm kind of going back and forth between my future log that I set up in my yearly setup and this page, so I can kind of get the core dates that I already have set in stone. You'll see here that I have a lot going on in March, other than, important days like when I'm getting paid or whenever I have bills due. I also have spring break, my Italy trip, a lot of birthdays, and I kept messing up the order of the dates a lot. So you're gonna see me make a lot of mistakes throughout this. This is not the first time you see my whiteout in this setup. I did my best, and just now I'm realizing that I still forgot something. I forgot to jot down my return flight from Italy, which is on the 24th, but the departing flight is a lot more exciting anyway. The next spread, classically, is the monthly calendar for February. I usually start off with the header here, and if you've been watching my previous bullet journaling videos, you'll notice that I kind of toggle between two go-to styles, and this one is like this thick cursive calligraphy and then a simple print layered on top, or I flip it where I'll do like a thick print on the bottom and then this thin cursive calligraphy over top of that. So I kind of toggle back and forth between those two styles. The boxes for my calendar grid are 6x6 in my journal, and I had to be conscious about making another box because this year is a leap year, so we have an extra day in February. Speaking of which, I've seen so many memes about the trends that have happened over the last handful of leap years, because I really don't think we need to talk too much about what happened during the last one, but what is interesting to me is how I always seem to graduate on a leap year. Like, I graduated middle school in 2016, high school in 2020, now I graduate uni in 2024. The only exception is when I graduated community college in 2022, which now feels so long ago, and that's really freaky. But anyway, look, surprise, I have more washi tape. It's really funny because I got these way back when I first started bullet journaling in 2019. I was very heavily influenced and I was super excited, so I got them, but I never really understood how to use them. I thought they needed to be purposeful when literally they could just be for decoration. This is the first year that I've really utilized my washi tape, so I don't know, maybe I might end up getting more and I'll actually use them. I chose washi tapes that fit the pink and green theme. I have a lot of pink washi tapes for some reason. These make up like the majority of my collection. I have like only maybe less than 20 rolls of them. So I was just very fortunate that I had some floral, rosy, pink, and green washi tapes on me right now. So, you know, I guess when you know, you know. Now we're moving on to my monthly spreads. This spread is my things to buy and thought dump spread. So literally like my shopping list and a place for me to spitball some ideas, whether if they be organizational or video ideas or anything like that. You're gonna find out if you've watched some of my previous journaling videos that I recycle the same spreads over and over again. So these are literally just headers and washi tape, and I did my best to kind of do like an inverted color scheme going on. So I paired some of my pink washi tapes with my green header and my green washi tape with my pink header, which kind of worked, kind of didn't. I only have one green washi tape. But you know, I did my best. Honestly, looking at it now, I can probably find a way to condense these to just one page because I don't typically have very long lists for either of these spreads, but you know, we're making it work. This next spread is, again, another super simple one. It's literally just a header. It's my memorable moments spread. I leave a lot of space for me to write, especially if something like particularly really good or particularly really bad happens, because I tend to write a lot. I did, however, go absolutely ham with the washi tape on this one. I was really leaning into the pinks that I had, so I really liked the pink markers that I chose and the pink washi tapes that I had. I think my favorite ones were the ones with the roses on them and the glittery one, because the glitter wasn't transferring off of the washi tape, so that was really nice. This next spread is the last spread for the monthly setup. It is my first weekly setup for the month. I'm using my academic weekly setup that I showed in my semester setup video. And, you know, remember how I mentioned earlier that you'll be seeing my whiteout again at some point?
What the heck?
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how that happened, you know, considering that I had a straight edge, I had a ruler, but, you know, mistakes happen. So for seemingly like the second, maybe even third time in this video, I'm taking my white out and just covering that up as minimally and carefully as possible. I didn't do too bad of a job, honestly. It doesn't even look that bad in real life and you can barely see it in camera, so I'll consider that a win. Anyway, moving on. In case you haven't seen my semester setup, really the biggest highlight of how I set up my weekly spreads for when I'm in an academic semester is really the left page, which you can see I have 3 big columns, and each column represents a section for a class that I'm taking for this semester. I am full-time enrolled for the semester, so I am technically taking 4 classes, but the 4th class I'm taking over spring break, so I'm really only focusing on 3 classes for right now. The other side, the 3 columns are dedicated to my daily habits, any events that happen throughout the week, and my daily task list. And also too, I have little headers for my weekly priorities, goals, any rewards that I'm going to let myself indulge in at the end of the week, and whatever happens next week. Really the biggest highlight is the left page. Again, you'll see me going in and doing the headers for the classes, and also just going in and kind of solidifying whatever due dates I already know I have for next week. One class is pretty adamant on having like post-lecture quizzes, and I have like 2 different kinds of homework assignments that are due at the end of every week, so you know, we'll figure it out. It's fine. My daily habits, actually, I don't think I've really talked about them, but they consist of basically how much sleep I get, how much water I drink, if I'm eating 3 meals a day, how intense I work out when I work out, and if I do my skincare and hair care. Alrighty, and here we are with the final flip through for my February 2024 bullet journal setup. Very cookie cutter observation, but I am genuinely very happy with how these spreads turned out, and not just because they're easy and simple and recycled spreads, but also because, I don't know, I just really like the color scheme that I chose for this month. I think it's just so pretty, and I love how I was able to utilize some washis that I've completely forgot about and give them new life. So hopefully y'all found this a little helpful.
You made it through. I think it goes without saying that I am very happy with these spreads. Why? Because I recycle the same spreads every month. January kicked off 2024 with a bang. It was slow, and then a lot happened at the exact same time. I hope this helped some of my other planning minimalistic student people out there. Hopefully you might have found a little bit of help or practicality within some of these spreads, even though I literally recycle the same spreads every week. I do like the theme though. I'm very happy about the theme. Even though I recycle a lot of the spreads, I do like the theme. The pink and green rose flower foliage kind of thing I got going on now. It's a lot of fun. So I'm very happy about that. Thank you for hanging out with me, or planning with me if you decided to plan, and I'll see you guys next time.